Daenerys Targaryen. She says she is the mother of dragons. But would you trust her with your kids? Her father was a maniac. She palled around with Dothraki terrorists. She asked the city of Karth for a government bailout. Then she lost 3 baby dragons after placing them in an unlocked wooden box. An unlocked wooden box. This Khaleesi wants to be queen of the 7 kingdoms, but can she be trusted? Daenerys Targaryen. Wrong for dragons. Wrong for the realm. Paid for by the Committee to Protect Dragons.
We don't know anything about him.
He was never really vetted.
Is he really the true-born son of Robert Baratheon?
All over the 7 kingdoms, people are asking the same question. Who is the real King Joffrey? The people of Westeros are hurting. Winter is coming. Crop yields are falling, and the price of fuel is going up.
The cost of peat moss is through the thatched roof.
And this young and inexperienced king takes advice from a whoremongering imp and has launched an illegal war in the north. What is King Joffrey hiding? This is not our kind of family values. King Joffrey. What a bastard.
What a bastard.
Paid for by the young Baratheons for freedom. Robb Stark. He's the biggest celebrity in the North. But his father was a traitor. He arrested his own mother. His bastard brother deserted the Night's Watch. And he couldn't defend his own castle. Worst of all, Robb Stark hasn't stopped the wildlings from invading our lands and taking our jobs. He even has an illegal alien for a nanny. And now he wants to be king in the North? King? Some people say he's really a wolf. Some people say he eats dead people. We can't wait until it's too late. Send a raven to Winterfell now and tell Robb Stark to go back home. Stop eating dead people and defend the damn wall. This ad paid for by Crossbows GPS.
You shouldn't have to pay to talk to the people closest to you, or the people who used to be. That's why Umbrella Wireless is proud to announce the new Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan. Now you'll get unlimited calls to your best buddy, your mom, or Cindy, once she realizes that you're seriously meant for each other and should stop screening your calls. Now the 30 minutes of agonizing silence where you're both afraid to hang up may drain your battery, but it won't drain your wallet. And you'll get unlimited calls just to check if she still cares enough to pick up, with no extra charges. With the Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan, your phone will automatically answer calls from your ex, because maybe she finally realizes that you're the only one for her and wants to get coffee sometime. Now, after lonely nights of looking at pictures of the road trip you took together when everything was great, your misspelled texts are absolutely free. The only thing you have to pay for is the booze. The Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan, because she wants you back. She just doesn't know it yet.
When you can't find anything to watch on cable, you get bored. When you get bored, you listen to radio cooking shows. When you listen to radio cooking shows, you invite a friend over for dinner. When you invite a friend over for dinner, you use twice as many beans. When you use twice as many beans, you expel deadly farts that kill your friend's dog. When you kill your friend's dog, your friend becomes unstable. When your friend becomes unstable, you're sued for everything you're worth. When you're sued for everything you're worth, you're thrown to the streets. When you're thrown to the streets, you devote your life to world domination. When you devote your life to world domination, you become an evil fascist overlord. When you become an evil fascist overlord, old friends plot their revenge. When old friends plot their revenge, you are shot in the back of the head. And when you're shot in the back of the head, you miss your jazzercise appointment. Don't miss your jazzercise appointment. Upgrade to Indirect TV. Go online or call 1-800-IRECT-TV.
Millions of Americans every day are shedding unwanted pounds by taking tested and proven Ultra Lipo Stick. Carbohydrates are bad. Our carbo-fighting antioxidant is good. Just listen to these satisfied customers.
My name is Gail, and I lost like 20 pounds on Ultra Lipo Stick.
My name is Jared, and I lost 46 pounds using Ultra Lipo Stick.
My name is Zach, and I actually gained weight. This stuff sucks!
Ultra Lipo Stick is safe and easy to inject. Just 3 doses 4 times a day discreetly underneath your fingernail. Listen to this.
I used Ultra Lipo Stick and suffered from side effects like uncontrollable greasy discharge.
Ultra Lipo Stick, it turned the armpits of all of my shirts orange. This stuff is crap.
Try it today and see some real results. Ultra Lipo Stick. Not available in stores. Results may vary.
Zinc Media. Feel the power of knowledge.
most politically incorrect black man on the planet, Rod Eccles.
You know, you really just have to learn how to not take the pressure on anymore. Not be put on the defensive. You know, look, one of the things you have to understand is that the left has been on the offense for 100 years now. And they've really been laying it into us for the last 50 or 60 years now. So you have to go on we have to stop being on the defense. I'm not going to be on the defense anymore. Not anymore. I don't need to defend my position because we're not the ones that have created this mess. Conservatives are not the one that created this mess. This was created by liberals and rhinos. They're the ones that need to defend their position. So why do we let them continue to be on the offense and having us defend our position when we're not the ones who created the mess? So it's now time for us to go on the offensive. And I hope that somebody gets to these candidates for president on the GOP side and tells them the same thing. Hey, take this podcast to them. Let them hear it. I don't care. They need to hear what I just said. They need to understand it. They need to be on the offense. They need to be fighting fire with fire. They need to understand that they should not have the pressure. They should reflect it back on those who have created the mess, and that is the Democrats. And the Democrats are the ones who are in charge of the liberal cult. So they're the ones that need to do it. Good evening, my fellow Americans and freedom lovers all over the planet. It is I, your lovable host, Elrod, coming to you live from my bunkerized home studio somewhere within the great granite state of New Hampshire, where the state motto is still live free or die. It is not big government or bust. And yes, as I said earlier tonight, I checked today, and it's still live free or die. It is Friday, May the 8th in the year of our Lord 2015. We're really into the May days right now. And here in New England, it's in my neck of the woods of New England, it's been you know. Oh, by the way, because this is Free for All Friday, feel free to give me a call at 603-835-3224. Again, that's a toll-free number, 603-835-3224. You know, I found out that I have listenership from all over the place. And when I say from all over the place, there is a good chunk of listeners. Now, it doesn't tell me if they're Americans in these places or not, but the numbers that come in that I have begun to see and started getting back shows that I've got a rather large listenership in the countries of England, Great Britain, and Germany, and even Australia. I find that interesting. I don't know why Germans would be listening to my program, unless they're Americans in Germany, which then that makes perfect sense. But if it's Germans that understand English listening, maybe there's something over there that they want to try to change in Germany. Well, the same thing with England. Well, England's got their own issues. I don't know much about English politics, British politics, and I'm not going to. I know that Cameron has won re-election, and evidently that was his party won 57 seats that they wasn't predicted that they'd win. So it's kind of a landslide over there for him. But again, that's about as far as I can go with that. If I don't know something, I'm going to tell you I don't know it, and I'm not going to talk about it. I don't know anything about British politics, so I cannot comment other than the fact that the report that I saw today was that he was not expected. It was supposed to be a really close, tough race, and that his party was expected to lose seats, and instead they won 57 seats that they weren't expected to win. So I don't know. I don't know if this was kind of like the Dewey wins the White House type of thing over here, or I don't. I'm sure they will straighten it out and get to the bottom of it if they really need to. But congratulations to Prime Minister Cameron and his folks over there in Great Britain. Listen, folks, this $15 an hour minimum wage that the left is trying to foist on this whole nation. Now, see, this is where we have to start taking it and start turning it on them, forcing them to defend their position, because in Seattle, it's taking hold. And this is a truthinmedia.com story. And I must admit, I've never had a story from Truth in Media come across my newsfeed. This is the first time. And I'm looking at it. I'm going through looking at the Truth in Media site at truthinmedia.com. And I got to tell you, I like it. So it's now on my favorited list. For those of you in Rush Limbaugh's Realinda, that was not a Max Headroom error. I did that on purpose. And I know some people are scratching their head. Max who? You're going to have to go back to the 80s to know who Max Headroom is. I know some people are. It might be dating me, but Max Headroom was. He was a non-computer generated character from the 80s, and in order for you to understand that, you would have to go back. And he's probably on YouTube. And in fact, maybe I'll try to throw some stuff up on rodeccles.net about Max Headroom if I can find some, and people understand what I'm talking about. Max Headroom, he was the bomb back in the day, and the technology that Max Headroom was supposed to be that was far in the future. We have voiceover technology and animation technology that pretty much supersedes him. Kind of like Star Trek. Star Trek was like 400 or 500 years into the future from now, and we have a lot of the stuff today that they have 400 years from now. So it's kind of hard for all these and Star Trek this is the reason why they had to reboot the original Star Trek, because in the TV series they were still using analog gauges, and they had to be very careful with the next generation as to they couldn't be too far advanced, but they had to be far enough advanced that they were beyond what we were in the 80s when it was on first run. And it's kind of interesting to see that we've got look, I've got one of them in my hand. They had Picard in the 80s and early 90s when Star Trek Next Generation was on. He had basically what we would call